ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. In true father fashion, we have been busy. Also, sorry my camera settings are messed up. I'm in the process of transferring computers, so I messed up my settings. Anyway, here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Mando Season 3, finally. Finally, for the season, finally for us talking about it. So, as of now, we are 3 episodes in, and things so far have turned around. Which is good because the last season in the Book of Boba Fett episodes, where Mando basically took over the show, left a lot to be desired. The end of the second season, spoilers with spoiler alert, with Luke coming in. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. But now we're back on season 3. I'll talk about the episodes here, and then want to talk about how I feel, which is positive. You really cannot see me. I'm sorry, which is positive so far about the season. Anyways, so episode 1, we opened with what I thought was a flashback for Din. It is a kid going through the Mandalorian sorry, initiation rite of passage, that you can call it, which is actually in a new hideout right next to this big body of water, and this huge alligator shows up. I'm like, the what do you call it, the head lady, she saves him, a big shootout, and then old Mando shows up to save the day. And it felt like the leader lady knew there would be an alligator there. So I'm thinking, why would you hold this ceremony here? But, reasons. So Mando was like, I need to redeem myself. The armorer told him to go to the Mandalorian Mandalorian waters, which in the Boba Fett episode she said to do it, but now she said it's not possible. Mando goes to Grief Karga's planet. Is it Navarro? Have this one line sentence about Cara Dune, which whatever. Mando goes around with them. They're pirates. They shoot them off. Mando really wants IG-11 back. I don't really know why, because he wants to scout Mandalore. He ends up getting a R4, which I'm like, you had a assassin droid, now you have a R unit, but whatever. So they try to fix IG-11. They got mini Babu Fricks. This is what initially I'm like rolling my eyes here. I'm like, okay, the Resistance and the sequels. And then there's an ending sequence where Mando fights off the pirates. And the head pirate, I thought the voice sounded familiar. It's Christopher Lloyd. Verify. Which I thought, wow, good for you. Not like he needs the fame, but like, he, I think that was Christopher Lloyd as the head pirate. Then you only hear him for a second, but I was like, cool, we're getting more famous actors in Mandalorian. But I think that was it, right? Anyway, moving on. So Din is like, well, need to go to Mandalore. I forget, but he goes to Bo-Katan, who, all my friends, she's just sitting in her throne room by herself. She said she lost a Darksaber, all her buddies left. And I thought, what are you doing all day? Which initially was annoying because I remember Bo-Katan from the Clone Wars and she got stuff done. But now it was like stuff didn't work out and she just gave up. And I'm thinking, well, you don't have like Netflix and Disney Plus to hang out and watch all day. She's literally just sitting in the throne room by herself, and she has a droid. And I'm just like, Come on, what are you doing? Anyway, so episode 2, Mando goes to Tatooine, gets R4, goes to Mandalore. They scout around. They actually go down to the Mandalorian city, and there are a bunch of weird aliens down there. R4 scouts the air. It's fine. He keeps going further, and he comes across this weird little bug creature, and he gets captured. and then little Grogu. Also, Grogu had this funny jump, like the biggest puppet jump. Little Grogu escapes and warns Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan comes, saves Mando. No, she's going down, fighting the aliens is off, and not only that, but the dark saber falls, or she gets hold of the dark saber at some point. Goes to town on this alien creature. And side note, Mando himself uses the dark saber, and he's right back to square one, where he's having a hard time using it, which I thought he fixed that in the Book of Boba Fett. Whatever. So Bo-Katan is like killing it literally with this thing. And it's like finally nice to see someone use this well for the first time. I mean, I guess you could say Moff Gideon had it, but like it looks like she deserves it. I love the Darksaber story arc, you could say, from Clone Wars. This just makes me want to watch the Clone Wars again. Sorry. It's all Star Wars, right? It's all related. But and then they have this nice little talk. So this is it's starting to get interesting because they go down to Mandalore, our first like live action Mandalore, and there's like two different trains of thought. So you have Mando, who's very he's part of the way, or at least he wants to redeem himself. And you have Bo-Katan that is just like, I just did this for show, it's all myth and blah blah blah. And they go to the living waters, and Mando is like very overtaken by, I guess you can say, emotion. Bo-Katan is just reading the instructions. You know, she was the princess, so she's kind of rolling her eyes. And then Mando gets taken down under the waters. Bo-Katan ends up being the one that has to save him. Also, I don't know why he just fell to the ground in a thud. I guess that armor's heavy. No, it was a very, very deep water. Like your ears should be popping or something. But she goes down very fast, gets him, comes back up, and she sees a oh no, what's that animal? I'm sorry. Mandalorian animal. She sees a mythosaur. Sees one. And it was alive, right? And she gets out, and then like honestly, the theme felt like Mando was coming to redeem himself, and it ends up being her who had scoffed at the ideas all of her life and the legends. And she goes down there, sees the mythosaur herself, and it's like who is the one that is redeemed? Who's being redeemed here? Who is? Makes you think. Now, episode 3, where we are now. This one was better. So, spoiler alert. There is skipping of the character of Mando, but they go to another storyline, which I hope they stick with it. I roll my eyes, though, because it's just going to lead to the sequel trilogy. But anyway, so after Bo-Katan saved Mando, she is not taking her helmet off. Keep that in mind. She asked Mando if he saw something. He didn't, because I think he passed out on the way down. They try to go back to Bo's homeworld. There's TIE fighters, and they have a dogfight. Now they switch over to Dr. Pershing. I don't think we saw much since a little bit in season 2, but he is the clone doctor who helped Grogu. I look like I'm being interviewed. anonymously. Anyway, he's gone through their what do you call it, reintegrating into the Republic program, and we see another character who she was an officer under Moff Gideon. And so she is, and by the way, the doctor gives a speech about genetic research. He deep down wants to continue it to help people out because his mother died. The other officer lady, her name was, I don't know. Her name is something, but man, I apologize. Anyway, she is like befriending the doctor, and I have to give props to this because the tension is very high here. Okay, it's like you get this feeling where you don't know if she has his best intentions in mind or if she's actually reformed. We just don't know. She is encouraging him to continue to research, so they have to do some sneaking around. They go, also they jump off a train, but they go find an old Imperial ship to get the doctor parts to continue the research, and then they get caught. Or is it they? They get caught because she was the one that set him up, and she takes the this is very tense. You're not seeing what I'm looking, but she takes the genetic stuff. They bring the doctor back. They're going to do like a light mind flaying, brainwashing, and she says, "Can I stay here? He's my friend." But she turns up the volume, turns up the intensity. So I don't know if he's going to get all his memories wiped. But there was a small moment where the I don't know how to say all this, reconditioned Empire people were saying that there's a rumor that Moff Gideon escaped. So is she still working for him and wanting to cover up the tracks? If they continue this storyline, this would lead back to Moff Gideon, give us an antagonist back. And I don't want this to just be a throwaway plot thingamajig that they're just using to say, hey, look, we're tying it to the sequel trilogy. Because there's a lot here that can be used. And the tension the entire time, the acting was phenomenal. It felt like something out of Andor, which is like, I'm like, man, this piece from Andor made this a whole lot better. Also, there's a resistance theme is at this little carnival they go to. They thought I wouldn't notice. I noticed it. Anyway, the doctor, poor doctor, gets his mind flayed. And then, so I complained about side quests and different characters in the last season, but this, I hope they keep this up because this could be something that's parallel, not like a one-off or 2-episode type thing with Ahsoka Tano or Luke Skywalker, and that's the last time we see him until their series. So this was well done. Now we come back to Bo and Mando. Bo-Katan's, so they fight off some Empire people, but her home on the planet gets destroyed. She goes back with Mando to the other Mandalorians. They prove that they went into the living waters. So did Bo-Katan. And the armorer says they're both redeemed now, and also because she didn't take her helmet off. So I thought that was good. It kind of ended things. I don't really know what. I was thinking about this. I don't really know where they're gonna take things now. Like, what is the motivator for Mando? They left that open because his whole thing was like, well, I need to redeem myself, and he's done it already. I know there's going to be some drama. I want there to be around the dark saber, which reminds me of Rebels and Sabine. Is her name Sabine? Sabine. I should do this research before I make these videos, but that's not how we roll. Anyway, so we're just kind of left hanging, which is fine. I really want them to. What's her name? Katie O'Brien. I just saw the credits that reminded me. The character's name is Elia Kane. Kane, don't trust Kane. Anyway, yeah. So it's like we ended this arc. What else would Bo and Mando want? Like I didn't mention this with the other episodes, but Grogu is still around, and I honestly just feel like I don't really know, along with Mando, like what is his purpose anymore. It just seems like he is really just comic relief, which is sad. And then Mando, Din is like talking to him as if like, well, you're going to be a Mandalorian one day. I'm like, is he though? I've not ever seen a alien as a Mandalorian. They've all been humans. I was going to say humanoids, but humans. But I'm like, could be a powerful Force user, but we want to use him as a Mandalorian. Is that really going to happen? Like, everyone has their fan art about Grogu as a Mandalorian, but I'm like, I mean, come on, let him be a Jedi or something. So that's it. We are as in the dark as anyone else is, so let us know what you think. Sorry for the video quality. I could face any of these bright windows behind me, but that's not where my desk is. Whatever. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you think. Where are they going to go with this now? I am curious. Haven't been keeping up with the Bad Batch because it's not doing so hot for me. But that's it. Thanks for watching so much. If you're subscribed, thanks for not unsubscribing. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.